Yo, what's good? This your girl ReddLoe, and I just skipped class, of course, with the progress report.
The Progress Report.
What's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is the new episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report, and I got my special guest today, ReddLoe.
Yo,
How you doing?
I'm doing good, chillin'.
Absolutely, man. Well, first and foremost, I appreciate you being here. I got to salute to my man Benny. Yo, he always bring the best talented people, and I just really appreciate my man for that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I want to get to know you. I know you got this song going crazy called Trenches, but I want to talk about just your upbringing and where you came from, because you're originally from the Midwest.
Yes.
But then you relocated to Georgia.
Yes.
So talk about it.
Okay, so I was born in Elkhart, Indiana. I was raised there for a little while, back and forth to Michigan. And I ended up moving to Georgia when I was about 13 years old.
Okay. So you've been in Georgia for a while.
Yeah, for a little while.
For sure. So how would you say that both places made you who you are and maybe influenced your sound?
Well, I never changed who I am and where I came from.
Sure.
And everyone in the South can tell that I'm not from the South.
Yeah.
But I can still, I'm very versatile.
Okay, so when you say people from the South can tell you not from the South, I'm from the Midwest myself too. So I'm just curious, what's some stuff that they say that you say or do where they can be like, nah, you ain't from the South?
I think just the way I pronounce certain words and stuff like that, they call it proper, but
Okay, that's funny. Respect. Now, when did you get into music though?
Let's see. I've been doing music since I was a kid. I mean, I did little things like tried out for The Voice, American Idol.
Okay.
Little stuff like that when I was younger. So I've been doing it a while.
Word. Well, don't minimize it. When you was younger, how old were you and how were those experiences? Because, I mean, that's major.
Well, I think I would say I got my first karaoke machine when I was probably about 7 years old.
Okay.
And then probably about around 10, that's when I went and did, I signed up for The Voice.
Wow.
And I was only 10, so the nerves were high. So, but it was a great experience because,
That's
it
hard.
kind of put my foot in the door and let me be able to see how it is to show my talent to people or just be around a room full of people and express myself with my voice and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that was nerve-wracking as hell, but clearly you had the courage and the confidence to do so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I always wanted to be, what do they say, a celebrity, artist, a singer.
Okay.
Yeah,
that part. That part. Now, who were you listening to when you came up, just as a kid, as a young woman too? Who were some people you was listening to?
Well, as a kid, we had to keep it PG-13, so... What is it? What's her name? Nelly Furtado or something?
Oh, yeah. Nelly had us on lock.
Okay, her and Avril Lavigne.
Avril had us on lock, too, for sure.
Different artists like that. It was really like a pop punk era when I was younger.
That's cool. That's cool. I feel like, Avril Lavigne, I mean, it was just so cool how, we didn't care about the skin complexion. If music was just good, and we all was skater rock chicks at that time, so that's real shit. What about any rappers? Did you listen to any rap?
I did, but it was more like Tupac and Bone Thugs-n-Harmony and stuff like that. Because I got older siblings. And stuff, so.
That's hard. I love that.
Definitely.
I love that. And I know you spoke about just, being raised around your brothers on the Trenches record. So talk about it. How many siblings do you have, and how was it for you being raised around? Was it predominantly boys or?
Well, there's about 5 or 6 boys.
Okay, that's a lot.
And it's a lot of us in all. It's about 8 of us.
Okay.
But I was the youngest, and then my parents had my little brother, and he's about 15 years old, 16 now.
Okay.
But mostly all boys, and when you raised around boys and stuff, you got to be a little rough. They like to teach you not to be such a girl.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up. Now, what's their thoughts on you doing music?
they love it.
Yeah.
They love it because they watched me do it as a kid.
Facts.
Running around the house, just always yelling, screaming, singing, rapping, just trying. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So fast forward, we got this record, Trenches. Talk about it. Because what I like about it and appreciate is hip hop, but it's also melodic. So it's a fun, cute record. So talk about it.
Well, Trenches, I came out with Trenches because it's literally my lifestyle. It's literally what happened. When I say trenches, it's just like, I'm not gonna say I was raised wrong or anything like that, or raised in the trenches, but we all have choices when we get to that certain age. And when I was around my 20s or whatever like that, you know, it was like a trench life. It was trench life, you know, trying to figure it out, not really having it figured out, but knowing I have to. And I think by the time, right when I hit 30, that's when everything changed. Everything changed, and there was no more trenches. There was no more worry. There was no more of that. You know what I'm saying? And Trenches, I feel like Trenches is a good song. It's a fun song because it's like, this is literally what happened.
Absolutely. I feel like those be the best records, though. You know, it's authentic, means something to you, and other people can relate to it too. Now, what would you say, like, at age 30, was it a mindset shift, or what exactly would you say changed?
At age 30, well, I started being true to myself, more true to myself and more true to my children, and following the path that the higher power wanted me to follow.
Amen.
And that's when everything started working out in my favor.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I love that. I mean, well, I would say, I think more people need to hear that, and I'm glad that you said that. Could you maybe share an experience or just anything that maybe kind of like led you to that?
Well, yeah, like, I was a rough rider growing up. I was a rough rider. I'm not, you know, I keep it cutesy, but it gets kind of crazy too. You know what I'm saying? But when the higher power started like pulling me through things and blocking the enemy and blocking things that could happen to me from the wrongdoings that I was doing, it just opened my eyes, and it let me see that I have a better purpose here on earth, and it's not to be doing the things that are not meant from the higher power.
That's deep. I feel that. And respect to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you mentioned motherhood, and I have nothing but respect to the hardworking parents. I love that. You know, so talk about motherhood for you.
Motherhood. Motherhood is definitely the hood.
Yeah, it's a great hood though.
Yes, it is. I love my kids. They're amazing. They bring out a light in me that I didn't even know I had, honestly.
That's real.
And in the music, it's one of their favorite things. My daughter, she's a K-pop fan, you know, so when she sees her mom doing the music on the TV and hearing it and stuff, she goes crazy. It's the best thing I've ever seen, honestly.
That's hard. That's hard. That's beautiful. Talk about that balance, though. I feel like that's something that we've been seeing more of lately, which I appreciate. Just like, I think before it was like a stigma, women can't have kids, be artists, and do all this. But we've been seeing it more and more lately. Like, nah, as long as you can balance it, it can be done. So
Correct.
Talk about that balance for you and that support system.
You know, it does take a village. That's what everyone says. But I feel like if you just focus and lock in, honestly, you know, you can get done and work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to lock in. Like for me, for instance, you know, my kids are in daycare. They're a little older. So my son is 5. My daughter's 2.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
But it took me until they got a little older for me to be able to start doing more. But I was locked in with my kids. While they were babies, I was locked in, and you know, that's why I'm on the scene now.
For
and
sure.
You will be seeing more of me for sure.
Damn right. I love that. I love that. Side note, it's raining hard as fuck. That scared the shit out of me. I'm like, wait, what's that? Crazy. Okay, cool. But no, respect. I love that.
Yes,
I love that for sure. Now let's talk about female rappers, you know, just in general. Like, you know, female artists are going crazy right now. Where would you say, like, where you fit into things? Like, what you gonna bring to the table? What do you bring to the table?
Where I fit in, I feel like I fit in with just like the authentic girlies. You know what I'm saying? The ones that aren't really trying to do too much, but just, you know, speaking what's going on, speaking real life situations, you know, stuff like that. Because listen, people be scared to speak up. People be scared to talk about what they going through.
Absolutely.
And you know, I feel like if you put it in a song, who cares?
I love
People
that.
won't hear it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. How long have you been in your lock journey? Your hair look good too.
Thank you.
Yes.
I started my lock journey in December 2025. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What?
Thank you.
What?
Okay.
Now see, that's goals. That's
Yeah,
goals.
listen,
That's
listen.
goals. Now when people say they want to start their locks, I want mine to look like that right
Girl,
away.
I got tired of doing my hair, and
Yeah.
so I locked it on up.
I love that. I love that. How has that journey been for you?
It's, you know, it's a journey
It
for
is a
sure.
journey, yeah.
Trying to get used to them. And me, I love getting my hair done.
Yeah.
And, you know, the lock journey, sometimes you gotta leave it alone. And I don't like to do that.
That's real.
I'm learning.
Yeah, that's real. I love it. It looks good. Now talk about the independent grind for you. Talk about the importance of having, a good support system, that type of thing. And what does it look like being an independent artist in 2026?
Well, I don't look what everybody else is doing. I don't look at it. I don't pay attention to it. I focus tunnel vision just on me.
For sure.
There be days I don't want to do anything. There's times I'm just chilling, watching TV, song pops up in my head. I start writing stuff down. But this is how I've always been, and that's why my process is different from everyone else's. I don't really pay attention to everybody else and what they got going on, honestly.
For sure. That part. So what do you got coming up next?
Woo! We have a few things coming up.
Well, let's talk about it.
I'm not even gonna lie. We have a single coming up. It's called Paranoid. This is also another one of my insiders. We all go through things with relationships and certain things we be thinking it's one thing. It's not that. So, that's one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorites. I can't wait for y'all to hear that one too. Also, we should have a project with Waka coming up soon.
Waka?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be some crazy energy on that.
Look, we trying to lock in.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We got to get y'all a club banger. Definitely.
Period. I love that. And then one bonus question I want to ask. I like to ask my female guests, like, what's one misconception about female artists that you wish would go away, if any?
Misconception, I would say, is not all of us have to do something to get somewhere.
I love that.
Y'all be thinking that we out here just doing this, doing that, and the third just to jump to different levels. But in reality, a lot of us just took the stairs like we were supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, to each his own,
For sure. Respect. And last question for this particular episode, our keyword is progress. We're called the Progress Report. So how would you define our keyword progress? What does it mean to you?
Progress. Taking the next step. Them stairs I was just talking about.
So
you want to go up, you got to take the stairs. The elevator is not going to work all the time. Work. Progress. Work. You're going to see it.
Okay, that's hard. Now, let people know, where can they find you online if they want to connect with you?
Well, you can find my music on Spotify, YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at ReddLoe. Well, actually, it's Red Pebbles _. That's ReddPebbls _. And that's mainly where I am. But I'm also on TikTok, Heidi B. A little bit of everywhere.
That's me. For sure. Well, I enjoyed this conversation. Thank you again for your time.
Yes, thank you for having me, girl.
Of course.
The Progress Report.